If you clicked on this video, that means that you really don't love winter and you don't like the cold, you don't like the dark, you might not even like the snow or anything about winter, but I'm going to help you how to enjoy winter, not only survive in it, but thrive. And this is coming from someone who lives in the coldest state of Alaska, where it's dark and cold literally half the year. And I used to never ever look forward to winter time. That was just like the dead time. I was so excited to move out and go to college in the lower 48. I just hated Alaska winters. But now I've reshaped my focus on what makes the winters fun and cozy and enjoyable instead of focusing on the dark and the cold and the miserableness of it. So I'm going to give you all of my tips on how to thrive in the wintertime. Before I jump in, the first thing I want you to do is create a Pinterest board. You can title it whatever you want. I titled mine Cozy Winter, and it's just a bunch of cute posts that help you to be inspired for either Christmas or just the winter aesthetic. Like at the top here, I have like this cute Christmas tree. I have like more pink theme, earmuffs. I got my white earmuffs, the cute deer. I see more moose than deer, but cute animals you can see in the wintertime. I've been ice skating a lot more, so I've been doing that, just being all bundled up and cozy in the wintertime. So create a Pinterest board with all of the cozy vibes that you like. Create your Pinterest board so you can start romanticizing the wintertime, and you can look back at your Pinterest board to get inspired to try new hobbies or to do some baking, whatever you enjoy during the winter months. So create your Pinterest board, and now here are my tips on how to thrive in the wintertime. Number 1, get outside. You have to get outside at least once a day. Go on a wintry walk, at least just like breathe the air or touch the snow just to get outside, because if you stay stuck inside all day, you'll just feel kind of icky and gross. It makes a difference to go outside and feel the fresh air, to feel the little bit of daylight on your skin, even if you're wrapped up in a giant scarf like that. Just to get outside, go on a little walk, maybe walk to your closest little coffee shop to get a hot cocoa or a coffee. Like, just get outside during the daylight hours. That's the key. You have to do it during the daylight so that you can get that spark of vitamin C. Second thing, tip number 2 is to stay active. This can also be an outside activity, so you can make it like go ice skating on a frozen pond near you, or go on a hike or a walk. If there's cross-country skiing, downhill skiing near you that's easily accessible, do those things. So those are some like outdoor winter things. I've been really getting into playing hockey. We've been doing that because I live on a lake actually, and so it's super easy to just go put your skates on, either go ice skating, play some hockey with your friends. Like, it's a big hit around our family, so we play a lot of hockey. So do something with friends. You can go outside, even build like a bonfire and be outside, stay active. That is very, very important, and you have to do it during the daylight hours. So even if you have to do it like right after work to catch the daylight, go right after work. However, you can stay active and you can do it inside, but make sure you're doing it with a lot of windows. Do some stretching, some like indoor Pilates, go to a class. Just staying active will help your body feel so much better and energized. Tip number 3 is to prioritize sleep. I think it almost is easier to sleep in the wintertime because it's like dark when you get up and dark when you go to sleep, so it's not like you want to be awake all the time, at least in Alaska. Like here, the sun comes up around like 10 a.m. and then goes down around like 4:30. This window of time to be in the sunlight is very, very small. But you want to train your body to go to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time so that you can get into that rhythm and aim for that quality rest, so that you can feel rejuvenated the next day, even though you're waking up in the dark or going to sleep in the dark. Well, going to sleep in the dark is easier, but waking up in the dark, like just having that set alarm and be like, I'm just gonna wake up, turn on your candles, make your space cozy, because that really, really helps to just get your body in a restful state and to have energy and motivation the next day. Tip number 4 is to eat nutritious foods. In the wintertime, I feel like I never reach for like my go-to yogurt bowl in the morning or something cold. Like I never reach for cold things in the wintertime. I always want soups and stew and banana bread and pastas and things that will just warm me up. But we have to make sure that they are not just warm, calorie-dense foods. I've been making a lot more soups recently. I made this like this corn chowder the other day. It had a ton of vegetables in it. It was delicious. Perfect winter meal. Yesterday I made this classic stew, bunch of vegetables, really good, and it just warms your soul up. And soups are super easy because they're just one pot. You throw everything in and you're good to go. So I encourage you to make a lot more of soups that are high nutrients, got the vegetables in them. You want foods that are high in minerals, like leafy greens. Put those in your pastas and your soups. And like with, oh my goodness, squash is so good for that. Put that in your soups and in your pastas. Makes butternut squash soup is so good. Try that out because that is nutrient dense foods that will help your energy levels and to help you feel really good during the wintertime. Tip number 5, this is an obvious one, but stay hydrated. These colder months are so dry, so you want to be drinking enough water so that your skin and your nails don't dry out. My cuticles in the winter are always just horrible and disgusting, and I have to put like oils on them. That's another thing, is to stay moisturized. As long as you are hydrated well and you have a good moisturizer on your skin, a good lotion, good face oils, then you're set. You'll be hydrated in the winter. But you got to drink the water. That's the base. You have to drink water. Because the cold weather can be dehydrating, you also want to maybe drink hot teas. I mean, that is still hydrating you. It really is. And you get that warmth, coziness. So drinking a lot of tea is really great too. Tip number 6, dress comfortably and warmly. Dressing in layers is the key. I think I am one of the most masterful masters of layering because I'm always going outside doing all these activities, and if you don't have enough layers, then you're freezing and you're angry, and if you have too many layers, you can always just shed some layers. So what I like to do for layers is you have your base layer, which is like either like long johns or leggings and like a really tight fitting thermal long sleeve. That's your base, and then you can add your like sweaters or like active zip ups, and then your heavy jacket, or even like a lighter jacket and then your heavy jacket if it's really cold. And for pants, you have your base like leggings or long johns, and then you have your sweats on top of that, or your even jeans. I put jeans over my leggings sometimes just to get that extra warmth, or trousers. And then for socks, get the wool socks, get wool socks, because those things, if you get them wet, they will dry out easily. They keep your feet super warm, and they're just, wool socks. Get wool socks. And then make sure that you have a good pair of shoes that will keep you warm, that are insulated. Get a good pair of snow boots. I love my Sorel snow boots. I'll link some Sorels down below if I can find some. Ugg boots are really soft and comfortable. I have knockoff Uggs. I don't even think you need to buy Uggs. I got ones from Amazon, and they are super comfortable and warm, even in Alaska. So make sure you have, good layers. I bring gloves and a hat everywhere. Like I have my purse, and then I'll have like a bag to put my extra layers in. So I'll bring, gloves, hat, sometimes a scarf, sometimes an extra socks or a layer for another like light jacket. Like I always have layers with you. Another like bonus tip on number 6, keep like a blanket in your car that you don't really care if it's to get like dirty-ish, but keep a blanket in your car, and keep like an emergency glove and hat in your car so that if you do forget, you can just put those on, because having things in your car is really helpful. At least it has saved me a lot of trouble. Oh, also keep hot hands in your car. Like the packets, get like 4 packets, stick them in your car so that if you are going somewhere and you're like, oh my gosh, it's freezing, you can just open them, shake them, put them in your gloves or your pockets. That is a huge tip. I do that now, and I carry Hot Pockets all the time. Hot Pockets? Hand warmers. Did I say Hot Pockets? Hand warmers. Put hand warmers in your car. Okay, tip number 7. Create a cozy space in your home. I did this so early. I literally put my Christmas decor and like my cozy decor up before Halloween. Like that week, I did. Because it was starting to get dark and sad, and when the snow wasn't on the ground yet, it was even more dark and sad because the snow kind of like helps reflect and keeps it brighter. Oh my gosh, I was getting like seasonal depression even before the snow hit. So I put my stuff, my candles, I got my candle, I have a room tour in the video I just posted of all the cute room decor I got. My bed's all cozy. Like it just gives you a cozy space and romanticizes the winter a little bit more, especially during the holidays. And then after the holidays, we'll get to that. You don't really need to take down your holiday decorations for a while after Christmas. You don't really need to, because I mean, there's 12 days of Christmas, there's the 12 days after Christmas, and whatever. Anyways, tip number 8. Plan small things to look forward to. This is a huge, huge one, because if you have little things to look forward to, even if it's like a little Christmas party or a New Year's party or a girls' night with your girls in the middle of January, or a little road trip, or even like an actual vacation in January or February so you can get out of the cold, just plan things to look forward to, even if they're small, because that really helps you to get prepared and get ready for the next fun thing you have going on. And here's some ideas that I like to schedule with my girlfriends or my husband, have some things to look forward to. So number 1, movie nights. If you can have like a girls' night, movie night, make popcorn, make it all fun and something to look forward to. That is just, it's always a fun. A movie night in the wintertime is like one of the best things ever. Another thing to do is to plan a game night or a game day where you get a bunch of your couple friends or your girls to come over and play Catan or Monopoly or a board game or cards or something, just to like get that cozy vibe, bake something, play a board game. It's like the best feeling ever, and you get to be with your friends and have fun and be with people you love. Another thing you can do is have like a winter themed outing. Some like zoos I know have like winter lights. They have the Christmas lights up, and so you can go to the zoo and see all the Christmas lights and the animals, and that's kind of a fun winter thing to do. You can bundle all warm, go with your man, go with some friends. That's always something fun to do. So there's a couple things to help you. Last year I hosted like this girly paint night where we all had these cute little canvases and we just painted and chatted, and it was just so fun. Just plan things like that really help you get through the winter, to look forward to the little fun things you can do. Number 9. Okay, this one has helped me a lot. Supplements are amazing, but the key supplement to take is vitamin D. Because if you don't get a lot of sunshine, you're going to be deprived of vitamin D. You just need to take vitamin D. Take it. Because these darker months, your vitamin D levels will drop. They just will. Especially if you live in Alaska, like me. It's awful. But I do know it can impact your mood. It can make you just feel better. It just does. So take vitamin D. Tip number 10. This one kind of goes along with having things to look forward to, but stay connected with your loved ones and your friends. I feel like a lot of people kind of like isolate themselves, even if you're a student and you're just grind mode doing homework. Like, make sure that you spend time with your friends and you have a good quality time. You're spending time with your family. Like, during the holidays, people are just happier, generally just cheerful. So make sure you spend time with your loved ones, because that just puts you in a better mood. Also, you have things to look forward to spend time with family. It's a good time to spend time with your loved ones. Number 11, practice mindfulness and relaxation. One of my favorite things to do in the wintertime is to take a bath. If you have a bathtub, I know you're gonna have to clean your bath. Yes, you'll have to clean your bathtub, clean it, just do it, just clean it all up, and then put a bath bomb, put bath salts. If you don't have that, just put some bubbles bath in there, like some I don't know, make it smell good, put a candle in there, put like some jazz music on, and just sit there in the bath and just relax and smell the lavender and the deliciousness. It's so good. Baths are the best, and they just make you like, your whole body kind of just gets warm. I sauna with my best friend like almost every Friday, especially in the wintertime. Is the best thing ever, and your whole body like just gets all warm, and then when you walk outside in the cold, you're like not that cold because you're just totally heated up inside. Internally, your whole body's warm. It's the best feeling. But that kind of happens when you take a bath, like a really nice warm hot bath. It's the best. If you haven't taken a bath in a while, just try it. You'll love it. But clean your bathtub, because you probably need to. Another relaxation thing you can do is to journal and to meditate. I meditate on the Bible and journal just how I'm feeling. I talk to God. I'm like, Lord, it's wintertime. I'm sad. What I'm like looking forward to. I try to be grateful and write 3 things I'm grateful for in my journal, and how to make the day great and how I'm going to move my body. Like, I just write down everything, kind of like a schedule, an organizer, and like a gratitude journal. I put everything in my journal, which is just really helpful. And then I read my Bible and I write what I've learned and how I can apply it to my life or my day. It's just very good, and just sets up yourself just to be relaxed and mindful of the day ahead. Number 12, embrace winter activities. So when I say this, you can embrace like the skiing and the ice skating and the winter walks and that kind of thing. However, I mean more of like crafts and cooking and seasonal recipes and learning how to crochet while you're watching a movie, or learning how to sew. I took sewing classes when I was like in middle school, even younger. I think I made a dress when I was 11. So I took like sewing classes from like different people, and then just like learned how to sew. And I have like a little sewing room, and I always forget to like do more sewing. And so this is a great time to like get into that hobby you want to start, that little cozy hobby, the crocheting, the beading, make your own jewelry, sewing, that type of thing. Get into those cozy winter hobbies, just help you have something to look forward to, and you can create a skill that you've wanted to do. Tip number 13, limit screen time before bed and in the morning. Like, yeah, just don't get on your phone in the morning. It's so negative, and it just does not help your brain in the mornings. But I feel like almost all of us just want to scroll right before we go to bed, and it's just, it's not doing anything good for you. Nothing, literally nothing good for you. So don't be on your phone right before bed. Either start reading a book, because reading in the nighttime is just, first of all, reading is so good for your brain. You forget, like, reading is kind of hard. It's not hard, but like when you start reading a book for the first time in a long time, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so daunting. But then when you start getting into it again, you're like, oh my gosh, reading is so good for me. Like, I learned so much just reading. If you're not a reader, I'm not really a reader, but once I get into reading, I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be reading every single book. Give me every single book. I want to eat it all. But then again, you have to like get into it. So start with a book you've been wanting to read, or that you did read a little bit and then you stopped. We all have that book. So start that book again, or start the book that you've been wanting to read, and just read a chapter or two every single night before you go to bed, because this will help your brain to be like, okay, I'm not on my phone, it's time to read. And then reading turns to, I'm going to read and then go to bed. It's your body's clock, and it helps you to wind down, because winding down our bodies is really important for the nighttime and to go to sleep. So reading. It's really good. Number 14. This is something that I've just learned because it's so dark here. It's so dark. And so this is, so number 14, this is something that, like, you don't have to do this at all. But if you, like, wake up and you're like, oh, it's cold, and you don't want to wake up because it's cold, and you don't want to get out of your warm bed. Okay, this is something that, this one item, if you buy anything to help your winterness, I'm going on a ramble. Okay, so number 14, this tip is like for the people who hate getting up in the morning because it's like cold and they don't want to get out of their warm bed. So if you don't want to get out of your warm bed because it's freezing and it's just makes your mornings just that much more miserable, this has helped me, because I hated getting up in the morning because it was freezing and my mother would never turn on the stinking heat to where it should be. Anyways, I got a heater, like a little portable heater on Amazon, and man, it is powerful, and it warms my room up like so fast. Just like set your alarm like almost 10 minutes before you actually want to wake up, and then, because it has a remote, so you just like grab your remote and then you click it and then it starts heating up, and you can make it go up to like, mine's at like 90 degrees, like it'll shoot at 90 degrees, and then you can put it up even hotter if you want to. So it'll just start filling your room with the warmth, and you can get out of your bed and be all warm, and it's good. So get a heater, like a little heater, and I'll link the one that I have down below because it's powerful and it works, and it has a little remote, so you can just turn it on when you're in bed. Oh, it's so good. And tip number 15 is to set like little small goals for each week. So you have something you are trying to achieve each week. You don't really have to do this, but it helps with like learning a new hobby. Say you want to learn how to knit. Say your little small goal each week is to learn how to do a different, maybe this is crocheting. If you want to crochet, learn how to do a different type of crochet square. There's like those little squares you can do. Learn how to do a different pattern each week. Like learn how to do a new one. Or learn, if you want to get better at baking, try a new seasonal recipe every week. Have those like little goals for yourself that you can put in place so that you will actually do your hobby, or your baking, or your cooking, or to get better at ice skating, like that kind of thing. Like make sure you're trying to learn a new skill each week based on what you want to learn. And so if you do all of those things, you will literally have the best winter ever, and you will actually thrive, because if you do these things, what can you complain about? You'll be cozy, you'll be warm with that heater, you'll have your loved ones around, you'll have little things to look forward to, you'll have a cozy environment, you'll be getting outside every day, being active, you'll be taking your vitamin D, which I'll link a vitamin D supplement down below, so you can just get that one if you want. And then, yeah, you'll just have the best winter ever. So, and this is coming from a person who hated winter, like hated winter. I was angry at winter. I always was like, last year, I went on so many trips last year. I literally went to, like, literally, I keep saying literally. Last year, this exact time last year, I was at Disney World with my best friend and my grandparents for fun. And then I was in Costa Rica for the entire month of January last year for fun because I just hated winter. And my parents were like, come on. So I was like, yeah. This year, I have like no fun trips. Okay, that sounds really bad because I'm going to see my in-laws. Okay, I'm going to Texas in January to see my in-laws and I love them. But we don't have any actual like vacation. And I'm okay with that. I'm thinking, you know what? I'm gonna make this winter the best I can possibly make it because I can make it that way. Like, I don't have to sit here and suffer and sulk and be miserable and complain about the dark and the cold. Like, there are things you can do to make it fun and wonderful and make Christmas and wintertime like the best time ever. And genuinely, I feel like I love Christmas time the most out of the entire year now because it's just so magical and fun and the lights are fun and the cozy vibes and the hot cocoa and the recipes. So I hope these tips will help you and to get inspired to make winter just the best time of year and to actually thrive instead of just survive this winter. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!